I watched a kid vanish inside a water slide. I wish I never went looking for her. There were four children queuing to go down the water slide. Wait, I said, showing my palm to a little girl with pink goggles. A squeal burst through her lips as she waited for the red light to go green. Just wait there, I repeated, watching the kid, who was gone before, get spat into the pool below. Okay, sitting up or lying on your back. Don't go head first. The girl skipped forward and sat shaking with excitement in front of the jet that poured water down the lazy coil of the slide over the yawning mouth of the covered plastic chute, a sign emphasis that this slide is not by any stretch of the imagination for thrill seekers. Take it easy on the Zambezi. The light went green, and before I could say anything, the girl scooted herself over the lip, down the slide, and around the bend, the shrill warble of her scream making me wince. Next, I said, massaging the area around my right ear. A little boy with a streak of dried snot below both nostrils waddled forwards, and on my signal, he gripped the bar, hurled himself into the chute, and flipped onto his belly. Turn over, I said, but it was too late. I stood up to see him plunge into the pool in a graceless backward sprawl. The lifeguard down on poolside gave me a thumbs up, letting me know he was uninjured, and I let my gaze linger for a moment as she pulled her heel up onto chair with two manicured hands. Turning back around, I lectured the penultimate child in the queue, a pale girl with hair so blonde it was almost white. Don't do that, okay? Sitting up or lying on your back only. I'm not trying to be a killjoy. I'm trying to keep you safe. That's my job. The girl's eyes never met mine. Instead, she looked into the shadow of the Zambezi, which are made thick and soupy by the color of the plastic and opaque brown. One day, now duped in a drab, gray office somewhere, a water slide designer passed over a host of bright and marvelous colors. Only two choose brown. Nothing screams fun like brown, right? Are you ready? I asked the pale girl, but her eyes seemed far away, like she was sleepwalking. There was no fidgeting, no giggling, no cheekness. Even she looked duty-bound to go down the slide. With one serene push, she entered the chute, gliding around the bend. I waited for her to pop out at the bottom, using the opportunity to look at the lifeguard again. Her tanned skin, her air of indifference, something about the new lifeguard was magnetic to me, bewitching. She met my eye, frowned, looked away, glanced up again, curled her lip in disgust. What? She mouthed. I was staring at her. Stop staring. Stop it. Has the girl left the slide yet? I shouted down, but the lifeguard didn't hear me. I scanned the empty splash zone. I had the girl landed and climbed out, while I was being gawking at my colleague. Surely I hadn't been distracted for that long. I checked the cameras only to see a steady stream of water rushing along the bottom of chute. The girl was nowhere to be seen. Can I go yet? Asked the boy, who was last in line. Yeah, I suppose, I said, distracted and in disbelief. The boy went down the slide, and I tracked his progress on the cameras all the way to the bottom. He climbed out of the pool and trotted towards the changing rooms as the lifeguard climbed down from her perch. I would half expected him to plow into the girl on his way down, but he showed no sign of his trip on the slide being anything other than routine. I shut down the camera feed and the water jets from the control panel. I locked the gate behind me and set about hauling plasters and hairballs into gutters by the walkway. With everything squared away, I switched off the lights, but the sound prevented me from heading out the foyer. A thud from inside the Zambezi. Hello, I said, my voice echoing across the tops of folding chairs in the weaving gallery to the back wall, some 80 meters distant. All I heard was steady dripping of a tap, a sound very much in the realm of the ordinary at the swimming pool. The thud, however, was not. I strode along the poolside, taking care not to sleep, especially because it was pitch dark. The only illumination came from fire exit sign above doors. A grim scenario entered my mind where I would fall and slide unconscious into the water beneath the pool cover. Even if I came to my sense, I'd have to struggle fully clothed against its smothering weight. "Hello, anyone there?" I called out from the bottom of the stairs leading up to the Zambezi's mouth. No reply. But that cracking thud had to be here, right? I'd seen that little girl go down the slide. I swear I had. I unlocked the gate and climbed up, crouching at the entrance to the slide itself, listening to a faint pulsing, a quiet heaving. It was the sound of a dying man breathing through a respirator at the opposite of a hospital corridor. Slow, weak, helpless. The thought of a scared little girl somehow trapped in the slide made me step forward into its trough. It was a squeeze, but I could just about navigate my way around the bend. Here I truly left the light behind. All focus now switched to what I could hear. My footsteps knocked hollow against plastic as I groped forwards, and my breathing quickened. I started sweating, and a fingernail from the cold hand of claustrophobia tickled my neck. My eyes bulged in their sockets. As I began to question what I was doing, I heard it, a voice, soft and song-like, echoed all around me. "Have you come to rescue me?" "Yes, yes, I have. Where are you? Why did you come?" "Because it's my job. Now, come on, let's get you out of here and back to your grown-up. And you wouldn't have come if it wasn't your duty." "No, I would have." "Liar!" shouted the voice, suddenly venomous. The slide tremored in tandem with the outburst, and I fell back onto my haunches in shock. I didn't feel like I was talking to a little girl anymore. But when the voice spoke again, it was once more a songbird. "I like you." "Thanks. Do you like me?" "Yes." "We're our friends then." I suppose one of the best things about friendship is the gifts friends give each other. I love gifts. There was no obvious response I could conjure in that moment. But despite the pressing darkness, I felt watched, perceived, and there was something expectant about that regard. I reached into the pockets of my shorts and rummaged for a half-empty pack of chewing gum. I held it out in front of me on a flat palm. "You can have this if you like." The tiny packet was snatched from me and replaced with a different item. "Thank you, and it's freely offered, this gift." "Of course. Have you given me a gift too?" I said, gulping. The voice was chewing now. "Oh, that, yeah. Give it to that lifeguard you want to fuck. It's an exact replica of the yellow tulip on the front of the diary she writes in every night." Blushing, my hand closed around the stem, and I felt my way up to the pedals. The thing in the slide with me was most definitely not a child, and nobody knew I wanted to. That apart from me. But that wasn't the only thing I want. I'm not like other guys. You don't need to breathe like a haunted thing, friend. She is repulsed by you anyway. Repulsed? Most everyone is. You are a jot above worthless. I thought back to the ugly look the lifeguard had given me when I'd stared at her. Was it true? "What are you?" "She doesn't want to fuck you. La la la. She doesn't want to fuck you. La la la. She doesn't want to fuck you," sang the voice. "And I don't want to fuck her. But you didn't answer my question." "Oh, so what do you want to do her?" "Nothing so grandiose and treacherous as love her, I hope." I bit my lip. "You didn't answer my question," I said after a moment. "What do you believe I am? A scared little girl?" "No, I thought you were, but now." The Zambezi cracked again. The source of the sound was somewhere ahead of me. A rush of warm air wafted against my face as the breathing I'd heard as I entered the slide returned. I was louder now, closer, hungrier. Do you believe I'm real? The mouth that spoke those words couldn't have been more than an inch from the tip of my nose. Its pitch and deepness, but behind the menace I sensed a vulnerability. It was as though the thing needed my validation to exist. Smelling its hot, putrid breath and hearing the plastic groan as whatever was in the chute with me moved around, I very much believed it was real, and I almost said so, almost. No, I came in here to help a little girl. I thought my stack. It seems I was mistaken, but I'm going to keep searching anyway. 30 long seconds went by, a minute, two. I will help you, the voice said, and the creaking in the slide advanced towards me. No, no, I'll be fine, thanks. I squeaked as the presence barged, drove and passed me and out the top of the slide. The air inside the chute cooled, the charge in the air dissipated. My goosebumps settled, and then I heard a quick buzz followed by a swishing, sloshing sound. I screamed as my feet were swept from under me and the back of my head crashed against the bottom of the chute. I felt myself sliding around and around and around until the bottom of the Zambezi was no longer flush to my back. I was airborne for a split second, and then I was underwater for an eternity, submerged in the splash zone with my trainer somehow higher than my head. I fought to right myself, twisting around. I felt the sting of water rushing into my nostrils and realized I was facing the surface. Pushing off the pool floor with one foot, I opened my lungs to receive a full breath, but only managed to fill them with chlorinated water as the pool cover battered me back down. Underwater, I retched, swallowed more water, and forced my eyes open in search of the side of the pool. If I could get there, I could pull myself out at the edge of the cover. But where was it? Splotches danced across my vision to the tune of a throbbing ring in my ears, growing in volume with every heartbeat. Time was running out. I couldn't see any walls, and was about to pick a direction blindly before I realized what I could see. The dim outline of tiles beneath my feet. I swiveled in a frantic circle and spotted a tile, half cracked and half chipped, where countless children had planted their feet after the Zambezi ejected them. From here, I knew the wall was somewhere to my right. I darted for it and erupted through that small gap between the pool cover and the walkway, splattering and dragging into what air I could. Panting and drenched, I hauled myself up and sprinted headlong out of there, not bothering to lock the doors to the center behind me. A rushed yet wise decision, I think. It will give whatever is in there a change to life. I think it will give me whatever is in there a chance to live, if it hasn't already. With shaking hands, I went to dig my car keys out of my pockets and shrieked. Something was in my hand. I've been unknowingly clutching it ever since the encounter in the slide, the tulip. I snapped the stem, threw it down on the gravel, scraped the sole of my shoe over the pedals, and flattened it with the wheels of my car as I drove. I met the slit-mouthed woman and became one of them. I thought Kuchisake-Onna was just a Japanese urban legend, a ghost story, a meme. Last night, walking home from work, I saw her. She was under a flickering streetlight, tall, long black hair covering half her face, beige coat, white surgical mask. As I passed, she looked at me intensely and said, "Am I pretty?" I said yes, because what else do you say? Then she took off the mask. Her mouth was split ear to ear, teeth like broken glass. She asked again, "Even like this?" I panicked and said, "You are average." Her head twitched like a broken puppet. I ran. I don't remember how I got home. This morning, three deep gouges were carved into my front door like giant scissors. I don't think she's done with me. Update, I didn't sleep last night. Every time I closed my eyes, I heard it snip, snip, snip. Like scissors being opened and closed. It will stop when I turn on the light, but start again when I try to lie down. At 3:14 a.m., my phone buzzed. An unknown number sent me a single photo, my apartment door from the outside. The three gouges were deeper. I looked through the peephole, nothing but an empty hallway. But when I turned away, I heard a soft voice right behind it. Am I pretty? I didn't open the door. I haven't slept since. It's worse. I left for work this morning and noticed something on my apartment door, a piece of paper taped to it. It said in neat handwriting, even like this. No one in my building saw who left it. All day at work I heard faint susurrus. My coworkers didn't hear a thing. On my way home tonight, she followed me. I saw her reflection in shop windows. She is faster now. When I got back, my bathroom mirror was cracked. The words, Am I pretty? Scratched into the glass from the inside. I think she is in my apartment. I tried burning sage. I tried praying. I even left an offering at the crossroads like some forums suggested. Nothing worked. It's 2:59 a.m. tonight. My bedroom door creaked open by itself. I smelled iron blood. I heard the susurrus again, closer than ever. Then a whisper, You can't run forever? I grabbed my phone and hid in the closet. I'm typing this from there right now. The scissors are right outside the door. Snip, snip, snip. I heard the scissors getting louder and louder. If she asks again, what do I say? If anyone knows, please tell me. I said out loud. I tried answering her. She whispered, Am I pretty? I whispered back, You are beautiful. She opened the door. I can't see her face anymore. Everything is dark. My mouth burns. It feels open, too open. She is whispering to me now. She says I'll be pretty soon. If you see her, don't answer, don't look, don't smile, don't give any reaction. Because if you do, you will end up like me.